our valedictorian and salutatorian, Mary Gillen and Elizabeth Gillen.
Hello, and welcome to the MHS Class of 2024 Graduation Ceremony. Go Colonials! We are all gathered here today in the beautiful Menon Arena to celebrate the amazing accomplishment of the over 400 scholars sitting before me. I am your class valedictorian, Mary Gillen. And I'm your... No, that's not right. There we go. I am your class valedictorian, Mary Gillen. And I am the salutatorian, Elizabeth Gillen. Which means we have finally settled the debate on who is the better Gillen. Anyways, before we begin, we would like to concede that we are aware our speech is one of the last things standing in your way before you receive your diploma and can officially delete Canvas from your phone. We also have found it a little strange that the top of the class gives a speech at graduation, as all that being valedictorian shows is not that I can speak well or impart some wisdom onto a room full of people. All it measures is that I know how to fill in some bubbles, write an essay in 40 minutes, or turn in assignments before 11:59. And all that salutatorian means is that I almost did it as well as her. Now, while we may not have the decades of knowledge to impart on everyone and are really only qualified to speak on the literary value of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, the one thing we know more than most people in the room is what it is like to be a twin. And I ask that you humor us as we take you back about 15 years to a small town in the middle of Ohio called Twinsburg. While there is nothing particularly notable happening in this town for 362 days of the year, for 3 torturous days at the beginning of August, a plethora of twins and multiples pour into the town. To be precise, it is the largest gathering of twins and multiples in the world, as they are proud to announce on any banner, t-shirt, hat, or sign they can get their hands on. Now, if you think this sounds strange, I promise you it is much stranger being there. Every single person there has a doppelganger. And if you've ever had trouble telling apart the seagulls or the deepoos or even us, you would not enjoy it there. And the main event each year occurs on Saturday morning. Residents from all over northwestern Ohio gather around their main street, grabbing foldable chairs and picnic blankets in order to watch this parade. Now, this parade is simply watching pairs of twins and triplets walk down the street. The only rule is that you must wear the same outfit in accordance with the theme. Now, just to humor you all, here are some of the themes we have participated in throughout the years. Twinsfinity and Beyond, Twin Stock, Twice Upon a Time, The Roaring Twinties, and one simply named Circus. I think they ran out of twin puns at that point. However, I do think this is the most fitting theme they could have chosen, because the one resounding thought we had whenever we donned the matching Oshkosh Bagosh dress was that I suddenly found myself in the middle of a circus. The crowds watching from the sides of the road saw me as their daily entertainment, and instead of wanting to know my name or anything about me, they simply asked, "Do you have twin telepathy?" And in case anyone here is wondering, it does not exist. I promise. And while there may be some funny stories that came out of all those weekends, the main thing we remember at Twinsburg is that we were only part of a whole. And what this prompted us to do is find places where we mattered, where we could be more than half of something. We could never matter in Twinsburg, no matter how many of the parades we attended, how many scientists we gave our data to, or how many pageants we attended to see who was the most identical. So we tried to find things that made us whole. And as we stand up here and think about all of those horrid August days, many years ago, our advice to the class of 2024 is to find a place where you matter. While you may not have been to Twinsburg, we have all been in places with people doing clubs or sports that made us feel like we don't matter. And as we enter into the next chapter of our lives, we are on the precipice of encountering countless new experiences, environments, people, and opportunities. While this means that we will all be able to see the world in a way we never dreamed, it means that the world will be able to see us. And what I see looking out is 400 young adults who have the capacity to change the world with their ambition, athleticism, leadership, creative thinking, intelligence, and kindness. And you need to find the career, company, friends, and community that sees all the potential you bring and sees you for the amazing people I have had the pleasure of interacting with you for these past 4 years. We're not saying this will be easy, but I know that this class will face challenges moving forward in our lives, attempting to carve out the places where we can make an impact. But this is also the class that survives lunchtimes with one singular bathroom open, the one-way hallways during COVID, stairways that don't actually reach every floor, and the natural disaster FAFSA decided to unleash this year. So as you continue on your way and encounter all the wonderful things that are ahead, just know that you have the opportunity to change the world and impact those around you. If you find the places where you matter and that matter to you, you have the power to achieve all that you are capable of. And before we end our speech and everyone can get their long-awaited diplomas, we would like to thank the people who have made this all possible. To the administrators standing behind and in front of me, who work every day to make the best possible learning environment for all of the 5,200 students in the district. All the teachers sitting before us, who somehow put up with all of us, even through Google Meets and the final weeks of senior A's. Without you, we would never know how to solve Taylor series polynomials or how to do stoichiometry. To the family and friends sitting in the bleachers, none of us would be here if it wasn't for all the support from our parents and community. And while we're already addressing those in the bleachers, Mom and Dad, thank you for everything you have done for us, except maybe for bringing us to Twinsburg all those years. Dad, thank you for your endless patience in driving us to everything and being our very first history tutor. Mom, you are our biggest supporter, and we could not be more grateful for your love and willingness to indulge us. We could not have gotten here without you. And finally, to the class of 2024, we are only here today because of the dedication of every single person sitting on this floor. I hope that you can remember your time within these hallowed halls of Morristown fondly. I want to say that I am so honored to be a part of this class, and I know you will go on to do great things. Thank you.